1956, during the Montgomery bus boycott, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. received a call late at night. The voice on the other end threatened to take his life, to kill him if he did not stop the work that he was doing for justice. They wanted him to give in, to stop everything that he was doing. Exhausted and afraid, Dr. King sat down at his kitchen table, contemplating giving up. He prayed desperately for strength, and in that moment he recounted that he felt the presence of God like never before, and that God reminded him that he was never alone, but rather he was called for a purpose that was greater than himself. Strengthened by this encounter, Dr. King continued his work with renewed hope, with renewed courage, knowing that his gifts and calling were meant for the common good. Sometimes I too feel this struggle, the daily grind of microaggressions, the subtle yet persistent reminders of systemic injustice can be exhausting. It's easy to feel discouraged, to question the impact of one. Sometimes I ask myself, does it really make a difference? Doubts whisper, give up. It's not worth the fight. But then I remember Dr. King's words. I remember that even in the face of overwhelming odds, he found the strength to persevere. He relied on his faith because he knew that his gifts, his voice, was meant for something that was much greater than himself. I remember that my calling, however small it may seem to some, is a part of something much greater. The church did not call me here. I was sent here for a purpose, and I am not alone. God's Spirit empowers me to continue to use my gifts, however imperfectly, to build a more just and equitable world. Just as Dr. King's gifts were meant for the common good, so is mine, and so are ours. Like Dr. King, we are each gifted by God's Spirit, not for personal gain, but for the common good, to build up God's kingdom in a world in need of justice, of love, and of peace. 1 Corinthians was addressed to a church struggling with serious issues of division